See, there's rain coming out of him. And he also reigns over the kingdom. All right. Daddy says there was a king who reigned for 40 years.
That's a long time. Daddy says there are forks in the road. Look, forks in the road.
Daddy says he has a mole on his nose. There's a mole. And I have a mole on my neck.
Mommy says lambs gambol on the lawn. Gambol means to kind of run around and play and frolic.
It also means to play cards for money. Sometimes Mommy says she has a frog in her throat. There's a frog in her throat.
That's also what you say when you have a kind of scratchy voice. A frog's in my throat. Other times, she says she's a little hoarse and needs this throat spray. If you've got kind of a cold and a sore throat, you could say you're kind of a little hoarse. But you're not a little horsey, you're just a little hoarse with your voice.
And when I give it to her, she says, I'm a deer.
A little deer. Are you girls little deer sometimes?
That means you're sweet.
My big sister's getting married, and she says I can hold her train. See that big train she's holding? But the other word for train is the thing that the bride wears on her head and the fabric goes behind.
The very end that goes long.
It goes long. That's the train of a wedding dress.
Daddy says next time he paints the house, he's going to give it 2 coats.
2 coats. Look, it has a blue coat and a brown coat on the house.
But what he really means is he's going to paint the house twice, so it's covered really well.
That's right. You're going to brush it on once and then brush it on again.
Daddy says there's a head on his beer. That's strange.
We don't drink beer, but so you could have it on your root beer too. When it foams up to the top like that, it's called a head. Daddy says all we get in the mail are big bills. Bills are things that come in the mail you have to pay for your electricity and for your heat. But in the picture, the bill is on a bird's beak, their mouth.
That's kind of crazy. Mommy says not to bother her when she's playing bridge.
Look, she made a bridge between the couches. Can your mommy do that? Maybe so, but what she means by bridge is a card game. Daddy says our family has a coat of arms. Look at that. In their closet, do you have a coat of arms? A coat of arms is something a family has that shows their heritage. It's kind of like a family flag.
Daddy says we should live in the present. Look at that big present. Is your house like a big present? No, he wants you to live in the now and not only think of the future.
Right, not the past, not the future, but the present.
Now. That's right.
Mommy says little children always have bare feet. Do you have bare feet? Or do you have bare feet with claws on them? When you don't have shoes and socks on, you have bare feet. But a bear in the woods also has feet with claws.
I've heard Daddy talk about the footprints in the snow. So here's a prince that has all the feet on his outfit. I think Daddy's talking about the prints that your feet make in the snow.
Right, the prints, not the prince. And the blueprints for a new room in our house. That's another word called print. prince, but it sounds like a prince who's the son of a king. And there's a blue son of a king there in the picture.
Blueprints are like a design for your house.
That's right. Daddy says some bores are coming to dinner. Somebody who is boring, who's not exciting, who just talks and talks, and you get very tired listening to them. That's somebody who's a bore. But also, a pig that's a male pig is called a bore.
We're never bored when we're around you girls.
That's right.
We're always excited. Did you ever hear such a bunch of fairy tales?
Look, these fairies all have tails behind them. But a tale is a story, right?
That's it. We love you girls.